What's good, man? BadBoyD here, and today I'm going to talk to you about the number one robber of happiness and how to use it to your advantage. BadBoyD TV. So, the number one cause of unhappiness. What do you think it is? I'll give you a sec to think about it. Turns out what it is, and it makes a lot of sense, it's comparison. Comparison is the number one cause of unhappiness. Because literally, comparison covers so many things. For example, if you're self-conscious about something, the main cause of that is comparison. If you're not the best athlete in the world, and that's causing you some unhappiness, how do you know you're the worst athlete in the world? Well, you know you're the worst athlete in the world because you're comparing yourself to other athletes who are superior athletes to you. Same could apply to looks, where maybe you feel that you're ugly. Well, the only way you know that you're ugly is because you're comparing your looks to others. And it makes sense that social media is linked to depression and sadness and things of that nature, because what are you doing on social media the majority of the time? You're comparing yourself to others. I try to only use social media once a day, with the exclusion of YouTube. That's considered a social media platform. But there are ways you can regulate your brain and the way you perceive social media so it doesn't cause so much comparison and unhappiness. I mentioned it in my happiness tips video up there, because you can hack and regulate the way you perceive what you see on social media. I try to be as happy for others as I possibly can for their success. If I see another successful person, I hope they're not embellishing it, and I hope they are truly happy and successful. That'll help with your personal happiness, being encouraging and not a hater. Hate and happiness don't usually go hand in hand, so don't be a hater. And if you do find constant use of social media gets you down, try to break the habit, try to eliminate it, or possibly working on regulating it, like I mentioned before. So, using comparison and the unhappiness it causes to your advantage. If you're a man who's sick of this beta soy-fueled society and aspires to get better every day, subscribe to BadBoyD TV and hit that notification bell. And check out my latest song, Alpha Warriors of the World, after this video. You can use unhappiness from comparison to your advantage this way. You can use it as motivational fuel. You can use it as fire for your self-improvement journey, for your own personal development gasoline. For example, if you're not in as good of shape as you used to be, you can compare yourself to your former self and want to get back to that former self. That unhappiness and that comparison to your former self who's in better shape will give you fuel and fire to get that going for yourself. A personal example for myself, because I've never been in better shape in my life, is the amount of money I'm making. I am not making close to the amount of money I was making very recently. And I'm using that as personal motivation to light a fire in my ass to one day soon be able to make as much money and more than I was making before without having to rely on a corporate structure and be a wage slave to deliver me those funds on a weekly basis. So yes, identifying the cause can most certainly be part of the solution. And using the cause to your advantage can ultimately help you in your final solution. Final solution, for lack of a better term. Because this self-improvement thing is a journey. It's when you embark on personal development and self-improvement, it's not like you put all the pieces of the puzzle together eventually and aha, you got it all figured out. Life is fucking perfect. This will be a journey till the day you die. You want to get better every day, and you'll be getting better every day at something until the day you die. You won't remain stagnant. But yeah, you're never going to be perfect. You're never going to figure it all out. That's the beauty of this. It's a real purpose-driven way to live. Because I have a theory that people who, I'm sure you know one too, where there's certain people, they retire and they get sick and die. Like, they have a heart attack or something just very soon after they retire. And more often than not, they just didn't do anything with their retirement. Same goes for people who are battling an illness. They're fighting and they're fighting that illness. But once they kind of give up the fight, they die. Once you give up on that purpose and that zest, that's when things are going to go downhill. Because I'm sure you know people too that they're retired and they wake up at 7 every day and then they go to bingo or whatever the heck old retired people do. But they have a regiment, they have a daily schedule they stick to. Those are the ones who end up living the longest happy lives. So hopefully you got something out of this video, the number one cause of happiness, and how to use it to your advantage to get better. If you have anything to add, please add it to the comment section below. Check out my latest video right there. I'll link another cool one right there. And subscribe to my channel right there. Peace. I'm out of here.